Tony Hale, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you for calling in today.
Oh, man, thanks for having me.
All right, so Tony, right out of the gate, I got to confess to you, and I have to be honest, and I hope that you have it in your heart to forgive me and not begrudge me for the rest of this interview.
I promise you I won't.
All right, I have just got HBO Go, and I have not seen Veep, but it is on my list of shows to binge through since there's like 5 seasons of this thing now.
I totally give you grace. There's a lot of television out there, and if we need to be present sometimes. You don't need to be attached to the screen. So I think, grace to you. Grace, grace, grace.
Thank you. And I wanted to be honest. I didn't want to lie and say, like, oh, yeah, Tony, love the show, longtime fan, and then have you go, okay, what's your favorite part? And it's like, the scene.
What if I did? Yeah. What if I was that mean and I was like, really? What's your favorite part?
Have you ever caught an interviewer in a lie?
They've sometimes, they'll say something and I don't necessarily catch them in a lie, but I'll try to correct them, I'll say, well, it's actually, sometimes they'll say, hey, Veep is coming out, da-da-da, and I'll be like, well, we actually premiered 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it's just kind of more of a correcting, but, I definitely think you should check in because you would thoroughly enjoy it because we give a little behind-the-scenes look of what might be happening in politics, even though, by the way, what's happening on CNN right now is its own political comedy.
Yeah, and the writers, whoever they are, they should get bonuses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it's crazy because what's happening in politics now, if somebody scripted that, we'd be like, nah, it's too broad. I don't think people would believe it.
That's so far-fetched. It would never happen.
It would never. Wait a second, I'm watching CNN.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. So what are some key things for me moving forward now to watch Veep? Because my watching habits, I find that I'm a person, when I see a show that has a chunk of seasons, I get very excited because it's like, oh, good. I'm not going to be disappointed when it's over.
I think you should definitely dive in, and this is the reason why I love it. It's because I think in politics, a large part of politics is the maintenance of kind of someone's image and kind of the posturing and the sound bites and all that kind of stuff. But nobody really sees behind the scenes. Nobody sees that this place, D.C. politics, is a pressure cooker for anxiety. The decisions could not be bigger. The stakes could not be higher. And it's like, I love that with that, there's so much insecurity. They freak out. They question themselves. They lose it. And we're a comedy that takes you behind the scenes and sees all that. And it's really fun to watch.
And now for people like me, I'm not even going to say for people who haven't seen it, fill them in, Tony. For people like me who really don't have a firm grasp on who Gary is, what kind of a guy is Gary?
I play what's called a body man or bag man, and I'm a guy that kind of carries around a large bag, and whatever the politician he's working for, which in this case is Selena Meyer, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, I carry around a bag of whatever she needs. And I'm kind of my position, I actually talked to the guy who did my position before we started shooting the show for another politician. And, you typically do it in your 20s, and then you move on to other stuff because you have no life when you do it. My character has lasted into his 40s because he genuinely has no life outside of Selena Meyer. And he's just kind of an emasculated, nut job. And it could not be funner to play.
On the phone, actor Tony Hale. And this character, Gary, in Veep, sounds very Buster Bluthy to me. You know what I mean? Because Buster was attached to Lucille. What draws you to that?
Pain. Lots of pain. No. I think what's fun about the characters that I guess, for lack of a better word, lived in for most of my career, Buster and Gary, they're definitely both anxious. They both have tremendous mommy issues, but they're different in that Buster was so in a state of paralysis all the time.
Yeah.
And Gary he has anxiety, but he's a little more high functioning. And so I think Gary is more of a guy who would probably take care of Buster. They would go out to lunch and he would probably make sure he's okay and counsel him and all that kind of stuff. So they're definitely different types, but there's a lot of similarities.
I feel like actors always choose roles that would challenge them. So given that thought process, then I imagine you offset in your home life, with a flannel shirt, unbuttoned, chopping down trees with your bare hands in your backyard, taking charge of the situation. How far off am I from reality?
Yeah, that's true. I kill my own cows in the back before we have dinner. I mean, I remember playing Buster actually, and because you're in this kind of emasculated state all day, and I remember coming home and my wife saying something to me, and I had this really hypersensitive reaction, just like Buster did to his mother, and she's like, "Okay, we need to kind of step out of Buster a little bit, and I'd like my husband back." So. You can't. I mean, when you're in it all day, sometimes it does affect you, but it's fun to step in and out of it.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to all that Veep has in store for me, man.
Oh man, enjoy it.
And hopefully the next time I get you on a press tour, I'll be more well versed, and I won't have to apologize. I can excitedly say, "Tony, I watched it all," and then I can annoy you with like very minute details like a super fan, and you'll just roll your eyes through the entire interview.
But I will say, Veep and Project Runway with my daughter are probably the two shows I've watched. So I'm not a big TV watcher myself. So I totally get it.
Well, I thank you for your pardon, man, and I also thank you for taking the time for calling in today, Tony. I appreciate it.
Thanks.